Hi, I'm Dr. Elliot Adam from ElliotOracle.com, and it is time for this month's Tarotscope for December 2024. So I'm going to go through every astrological sign, and I'm going to pick two cards for you. And I'm going to start with the astrological sign of Aries and end with the sign of Pisces. And there's these convenient little timestamps at the bottom of the screen of which you can quickly go to your relevant message. And if you want an even more accurate reading, you might also want to listen to the message for your astrological moon sign and rising sign as well. So without further ado, let's go into the tarot scopes for December 2024. First, we're going to go into the astrological sign of Aries. So, if you're an Aries or have a lot of Aries in your chart, this first card is going to be where it's best for you to place your focus for December. And we get the Eight of Pentacles reversed. Now, the Eight of Pentacles, upright or reversed, has to do with work, your career, focusing on those things. But when the Eight of Pentacles comes up reversed, it can indicate overwork, overstress, overfocus on something. And maybe what's really needed is a break. Maybe if you're even getting a break for the holiday or there's a little bit of a breathing room for yourself, maybe you're needing to really not run off and figure out how to make everybody else happy and stress yourself out too much, but to decompress, to really allow yourself to get grounded. Because Eight of Pentacles reverse can indicate a bit of a scattered energy this next month. So I just feel like take it slow, and especially allow yourself some time to breathe. Allow yourself to let your shoulders drop and your jaw to unclench, because I feel like there's been a lot of building stress up until now. The advice from your inner wisdom, if you're an Aries for this next month, is the moon. And the moon can tell you it's so important for you to listen to your instincts this next month. Listen to your inner intuition, your feelings. The moon has to do with what's going on with us unconsciously in the background of our consciousness. And sometimes we're just so focused on the external thing that's right in front of us that we forget to get back in touch with our inner self. And the moon in Latin is luna, where we get our word in English lunatic from. So when we habitually ignore what our instincts are telling us, what our feelings are telling us, when our feelings are saying, I'm working too much, I'm too stressed, and we're like, yeah, go back to work, it's time to push ahead, that moon can start to make us feel crazy. So I feel like this is a month for you, Aries, to take it slow, to give yourself what you're going to need, and to listen to those inner instincts for sure. Next, we're going to go into the astrological sign of Taurus. So if you're a Taurus or have a lot of Taurus in your chart, this first card is going to be where it's best for you to place your focus for December 2024. And here we got the Eight of Cups, which for me is a card of soul searching. It's such a beautiful image. You see this figure who's reminiscent of the hermit. He's got the staff and the cloak, and he's walking away from us, and he's going to the land of water and grottos. And that is the realm of emotions and feelings. And so, Taurus, I feel like for you, you're going to be walking away from some of the pressures of the external world to really get back in touch with your own feelings about things at this time. And there's also that eclipse happening on the card where the moon is blocking out the sun. The sun is our best foot forward. It's our professional image. It's what we want other people to see us as. And yet the moon is taking precedence at this time for you. The inner needs, the inner life is what's important at this time. And so I feel like for you, Taurus, it's time to let that inner self take precedence over your image, over what you want to project. It might also just be a time to listen to your feelings and trust where your heart is feeling guided at this time. The advice from your inner wisdom this next month is the Three of Swords. And maybe the reason we're getting the Three of Swords here is because there's some healing that needs to happen. A lot of people look at Three of Swords and they wince because you don't need to be a brilliant master tarot reader to look at this card and know that it represents some wounds to the heart, something that's a disappointment or something that's been bringing some sadness. But I don't feel for you, Taurus, that this is sadness or disappointment that's coming as far as like new stuff. I feel like this is stuff that might be settled already into your heart. It might be something that you're needing to access again. It's an important card of healing, of transmuting those old poisons, especially when we get that Eight of Cups next to it. I feel like, if you're planning on doing any sort of like therapy, self help, self work this next month, Taurus, it is going to be so effective because it really is showing that it is time for you to heal some of these old wounds. And that way, the heart can release those heavy swords and float above the clouds and rejoin the sun light and free. Next, we're going to go into the astrological sign of Gemini. So, if you're a Gemini or have a lot of Gemini in your chart, this first card, which just flew out, is going to be where it's best for you to place your focus this next month of December. And we get the Sun, which has been called the best card in the deck. And for you, Gemini, there is something to get excited about because a new day is dawning. There's optimism, there's a sense of joy and fulfillment. It could also just indicate that something exciting is happening for you this next month, and you really need to open yourself up to that life experience. I love that little sun baby who's got his arms outstretched. He's open to what life is bringing him. So, too, for you, Gemini, it's going to be a time where you just want to open up to all the joy that's there and focus on the positive. And the sun is always that reminder, as the best card of the deck, that a new day is always dawning, that we can always start anew, that we can always go a new path or do a different thing than we've done before. Because every day we have the opportunity to remake ourselves or to shift a direction or to shift our focus. So I just feel something really warm and optimistic. And like I said, while I was shuffling, that card kind of flew out. And I always look at that as a sign that this is important, pay attention to it. Next is going to be advice from your inner wisdom if you're a Gemini. And we get the Knight of Cups. And he's been called the messenger of love in the tarot. So if you are looking to connect, or if your heart has felt lonesome, or if it feels like romantic needs haven't been met, that Knight of Cups will tell you it's time to act on those things. However, if you're single or not interested, or you've been married for a long time, you're not on the hunt for anybody, the Knight of Cups is also the messenger of your bliss. And so the Knight of Cups can indicate that it's time for you to follow your bliss, follow your heart at this time, follow your passions. It doesn't have to be for another person. Sometimes the Knight of Cups can guide you toward something that brings you fulfillment. And when we couple that Knight of Cups passionate, blissful card with the energy of the sun, there is something that is working out in your life. There is a good news, announcement coming, or some sort of a breakthrough for you that's going to feel like you're really getting to the next level. Next, we're going to go into the astrological sign of Cancer. So if you're a Cancer or have a lot of Cancer in your chart, this first card is going to be where it's best for you to place your focus this next week. And we got the Wheel of Fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune can indicate changes in circumstances that are unpredictable. It's a very unpredictable card. And the wheel is comprised of two parts. You got the rim of the wheel, which represents the external world, other people, things that you have no control over, like what a person's going to act like during a holiday, or what another individual is going to do or say. You're not in control of that. The message of the Wheel of Fortune is to get to the center of the wheel, the hub of the wheel, which is a symbol for your wise center, to detach from the drama, from the rim of the wheel, to get back to your source. And I feel like if you come back to that place, you're going to find the way through the challenges that the month is kind of swinging your way. But also, the Wheel of Fortune is a rather lucky card, so it could even indicate that if you've been experiencing a spell of bad luck, or it felt like a little black rain cloud has been pouring rain on you everywhere you go, this is a card that can indicate that that energy might be unexpectedly shifting. The next card for you, Cancer, is where it's best for you to place your focus in this month of December. And we get the Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Swords is the boss. She's the one who takes charge. She's also detached. She's very airy, which can be a foreign concept for a Cancer, which feels everything so sensitively. And yet the Queen of Swords is telling you to maintain your power. Cancer is also known for the shells they have, like the crab. And the Queen of Swords can indicate that you might need to walk into some life situations this next month with your armor on, with a sense of detachment, so you're not wearing your heart on your sleeve. But the Queen of Swords is also a master at transforming the energy from feeling victimized by life or other people to feeling victorious over it. So I feel like this is a time for you to assert yourself, to take charge, but also to take the rational approach. Next, we're going to go into the astrological sign of Leo. So if you're a Leo or have a lot of Leo in your chart, this first card is going to be where it's best for you to place your focus this next week. And this is the one that flipped over as I was shuffling. We got the Nine of Cups, which is called the Wish card. The Nine of Cups is all about setting your intentions for your future success. Just like this figure has set the table with the 9 golden cups, all like trophies in a row for the future banquet, so too, you're getting all your ducks in a row, Leo, for your banquet that's to come. This is a card of satisfaction in oneself and accomplishment and achievement. But it's also a card of pleasure. And what it can indicate is that you've been working hard, so maybe now December is the month to play hard. Maybe it's time to let go of the bricks that have been on your shoulders and to really allow yourself to feel a little bit of a release from all that building tension. Nine of Cups is also a card of looking forward, though. And I do feel like the things that you put your effort into, the table that you have set, is going to be fruitful as we go into this next year of 2025. Next for Leo is going to be advice from your inner wisdom for this next week, this next month. And we get the World reversed. And the World reversed will indicate that it's just time to finish it. Finish the cycle. The World reversed will call your attention to something that you might be procrastinating finishing or worried about finishing, and you're constantly going in the circle and you're constantly doing the same thing over and over again, and now it's time to break the cycle. Upright or reversed, the World card really encourages you to bring closure or completion to something that's been long-standing, something that's just been constantly running around in circles. And so I feel like it's time to look ahead, especially with that Nine of Cups World reverse combo, and figure out, okay, what is it that just needs to get done? What do I need to stop kicking the can down the road with? And what do I instead really need to put my focus into in order to succeed at this time? Next, we're going to go into the astrological sign of Virgo. So if you're a Virgo or have a lot of Virgo in your chart, this first card is going to be where it's best for you to place your focus for December. And here we got the Ten of Swords reversed. And Ten of Swords reversed can indicate that some difficult ending, change, adjustment period has just passed. The Ten of Swords reversed indicates that the trauma, the difficulty, the challenge, it's already happened. And now those golden lights that are breaking through the black clouds are at the base of the card. And so this could be a time for you where the light is starting to return after a period that seemed rather bleak. I feel like you're going to be finding your way again, Virgo. And although it might feel like you're taking the first wobbly steps toward your success at this time, I also feel like you're going to move forward brilliantly. It's a time to heal and to progress and to move on. Next card for Virgo is going to be advice from your inner wisdom for this month of December. And we got the Five of Swords, which for me is a card that warns you not to take on more than you can handle. I feel like you're just recuperating from something. Something's really been difficult to transition through with that Ten of Swords reversed. And Five of Swords is a card that warns you not to inundate yourself with like, okay, now I need to get back on track and things need to go back to normal. It can be okay if it's not normal for a little while. You might also just need to take care of yourself, extra special loving care of yourself this next month. It might feel like there's 5 possibilities open to you or things that you can feel really scattered with very quickly. And instead, you're really just needing to focus on priority number 1, which is you. It's your own health. It's your own focus on what you're going to need at this time. I just feel like, especially in your mind, because we have 2 swords cards here for you, Virgo, you got to get out of your head and you need to be gentle with yourself, especially when it comes to your own thoughts. So this next month, be kind to yourself, pace yourself. Don't try to be Superman or Superwoman, but instead really be gradual with what's in front of you. Next, we're going to go into the astrological sign of Libra. So if you're a Libra or have a lot of Libra in your chart, this first card is going to be where it's best for you to place your focus for December. And we have the Hierophant card. And for me, the Hierophant is the Holy One. He's the one who translates the divine into layman's terms. And this could be a time where you need to be attentive, Libra, for how the divine is working its way through your life. Sometimes we humans get so focused on solving all our problems ourselves or powering through our challenges that we forget that sometimes we just need to ask for what we need. That spirit is all around us, waiting for us, waiting to support us. I had a friend who passed away a few years ago, and her name was Nancy, but on her dresser, she had this lovely little letter that said, this is God, and today I'll be handling all your problems. So I don't need any of your help, so go enjoy your day. And I just thought that was so cute. I kind of get that feeling for you, Libra. You're being handed a letter that's saying your problems can be solved. Ask for what you need and enjoy your month. Enjoy what's in front of you. And it might also just be a time to really commune with your own spirit. The spirit is the key for you, your spirituality, whatever it is that's sacred for you. It's so important that you're putting yourself back in touch with that thing. The advice from your inner wisdom for this next month of December is the Two of Pentacles reversed. And Two of Pentacles reversed is much like the rim of the Wheel of Fortune. It's an unpredictable card. It can indicate that there's imbalance or excess or so many things that are just flying back and forth. And what you're really needing to do is to find your center. And I feel like your center could be your faith. Faith in yourself, faith in your spirit, faith in spirit itself. But I feel like you're going to feel a little more stressed out if you're constantly going up and down on the roller coaster with every changing external event with that Two of Pentacles reversed. It's just so much better for you to align with your own spirit. And also, we have a major arcana card, the Hierophant, with a minor arcana card, the Two of Pentacles reversed. Minor arcana cards, they represent passing situations, things that are fleeting, they're transitory, they're not here to stay. And major arcana cards show the lasting lesson. And so I think the wisdom for you this next month, Libra, is to align with the wisdom of what it is that is permanent within you, what it is that the spiritual lesson is, and to not get so caught up in these external things that are passing that really don't matter one way or the other. Next, we're going to go into the astrological sign of Scorpio. So if you're a Scorpio or have a lot of Scorpio in your chart, this first card is going to be where it's best for you to place your focus for December. And we have the Magician. And the Magician is just that part of you that's limitless. It is the part of you that dreams big and actually grasps the world and goes out into it and accomplishes great things. The Magician is also the personification for the power of your thoughts. And I feel for you, Scorpio, you have gotten control of your thoughts. You're in a much better space emotionally, mentally. You might have also just passed through some major hurdles in your life. And now it's time to focus your attention on what you want to manifest next. I feel like this is a lovely month for you where you're closing up the past and you're getting ready for this exciting new chapter. So Magician is telling you to be confident with what it is that you're manifesting this next month. The advice from your inner wisdom, if you're a Scorpio, is another figure with a magic wand in the Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands is the archetype of confidence. And also what makes her magical. She's got that little black cat in front of her throne, and she's proud of it. She has it on full display for others to see. I feel like the Queen of Wands can be coming up for you to say that you found your light again. You found your confidence. And just as the Queen of Wands holds the sunflower, which constantly turns its face toward the light, so too for you, this could be a time where you're really realigning with the light within. And you're also allowing that magical black cat, the thing that makes you magical, to show. I feel like you're getting back in touch with something essential that's connected to your own self-confidence. And it's just an important month to give yourself over to joy because you really did work for it. Next, we're going to go into the astrological sign of Sagittarius. So if you're a Sagittarius or have a lot of Sag in your chart, this first card is going to be where it's best for you to place your focus for December. We got the Ace of Pentacles reversed. Now, upright or reversed, aces are great. And the Ace of Pentacles is also a card of a great opportunity, whether it's upright or reversed. However, when it comes up reverse Sagittarius, you have this great opportunity in front of you, but you don't want to procrastinate with it. You want to get ahead of things. This is a card of finishing your tasks ahead of time, thinking ahead, freeing up your schedule. It's also a card on seizing the opportunity that's in front of you. not hemming and hawing and wondering, is this really good or do I really want this? But once something's being divinely presented to you, say yes to it, snatch it up, take it, and run with that energy. Aces are always positive cards of new beginnings, and I feel like whatever the opportunity is that's being presented to you, there is this sense of urgency with it. You do want to act on it rather quickly. The advice from your inner wisdom, if you're a Sagittarius, is the Nine of Wands. And this card shows a figure who's been beat up by life a little bit. He's got a bandage on his head. He's been bumped and bruised, but he's still standing. He's still resilient. And I feel like, this end of year for you is a time for you to take stock of where you've come from over the year. You might need to think of, what was I doing last December and where am I now? And although I might have endured some battle scars and I might have these wounds and I might be beat up and bumped and bandaged, I'm still standing. I'm still here. And I just feel like this is an important month for you, Sagittarius, to look at your own journey and to really know that whatever the new opportunities are that are being presented to you, you can act on them because you worked for it. You pushed through the past and you're still here. You're a survivor. So I just feel like this is a card of rewards, and it also is a card of putting up boundaries around those things that you're trying to create in your life that are precious to you. Next, we're going to go into the astrological sign of Capricorn. So if you're a Capricorn or have a lot of Capricorn in your chart, this first card is going to be where it's best for you to place your focus for December. And we get a very Capricornian Four of Pentacles card here. We got this guy on the card who's being very cautious with his finances, with his coins. You know, the miser's clutching them closely. And he's very worried or cautious about how those resources are being spent. And I feel like for you, Capricorn, sometimes Four of Pentacles will indicate that it's important for you to be a little bit more conservative this next month, financially speaking, not to take huge risks or blow a bunch of money on something, but to be very careful or methodical with finances. But also, Four of Pentacles can indicate that sometimes that overcaution becomes burdensome, emotionally speaking. It blocks you off from experiencing your life. And so there's a balancing act this next month for you, Capricorn. On the one hand, you're being told not to go over or off the deep end and completely go crazy. But on the other hand, you're not being told to be so overcautious that it's killing all the joy in your life. I feel like there needs to be something in between. It's not all or nothing this next month for you. The advice from your inner wisdom, if you're a Capricorn, is the Five of Cups. And this is a card that shows the figure looking at the 3 spilled cups. He's disappointed by the loss, that he's so in a trance looking at the disappointment or the emotional thing that he's neglecting the 2 cups that are still standing. And I'm kind of getting this not seeing the forest for the trees energy this next month for you, Capricorn. It's going to be really easy to ruminate on the flaws, on the thing that isn't perfect yet, on the thing that is the work in progress, and to look at the spilled cups and be like, why isn't it perfect yet? Why can't I get this ready? And yet what I feel for you, Capricorn, is that it's so important that you're tearing yourself away from the wreckage and looking at the 2 cups that are still standing and building on that. It is a month where you're needing to be a little cautious, but I feel like you don't want to kill your joy either. And I feel like there are still 2 opportunities that you can work with here. So as you're finishing off the year, it is important for you to move away from the losses, instead focus on the gains. Next, we're going to go into the astrological sign of Aquarius. So if you're an Aquarius or have a lot of Aquarius in your chart, this first card is going to be where it's best for you to place your focus for December. And we got the Hangman reversed. And when the Hangman is reversed, he's not upside down anymore. He's right side up. He's back on his feet. And so too for you, Aquarius, it feels like you're getting back on your feet after a period where everything felt like a struggle or everything was just operating upside down. It's very unusual because we're kind of under this Mercury retrograde energy. And yet I feel like things are clearing out for you, Aquarius. They're getting to a place where they're going to make more sense for you. This is also a card of rewards for sacrifices that have been made in the past. So because you were willing to make yourself uncomfortable before, now you're going to be able to enjoy the new rewards that are finding their way to you. So I just feel for you, Aquarius, this is going to be an exciting month where things feel like they're getting back on track. The advice from your inner wisdom, however, is the Seven of Swords, which is a card for me of strategy. It's a tactical card. It's a card of outwitting the obstacle in front of you, being cunning, being more intelligent than the challenge that's in front of you. And I feel like that's going to be so important for you that you're kind of finding that way to problem solve still. This could also indicate that the new year for you requires a strategy. And so maybe how you're going to be spending December is to really focus on what is required of me. What do I need to do to turn the energy around or to take full advantage of my opportunities? But I just feel like this is a time where you want to rely on that famous Aquarian intellect. Aquarius is one of the most smart signs in the zodiac. This could be a time for you to really analyze what's in front of you, to ponder it, and then to come up with the best course of action for you. I feel like you're going to outwit your obstacles, and I feel like this is your time for rewards, but you do need to have a care with how you're proceeding on your path. And finally, last but never least, we go to our lovely sign of Pisces. So if you're a Pisces or have a lot of Pisces in your chart, this first card is going to be where it's best for you to place your focus for December 2024. And we get the Seven of Wands. And the figure on the Seven of Wands, he's wearing two different shoes, which means he doesn't walk in the same shoes as other people. He's a nonconformist. He walks his own path. And you can see him standing up for himself on the top of the hill while these nameless, faceless people try to knock him down. But they're not successful with it because he occupies the high ground. For you this next month, Pisces, take the high road. Don't get into the mud with the pigs. Don't feel like you need to fight your battles below you. Stay above what's beneath you. And also walk your own path. Don't go out there for the acceptance of others this next month. It's so important that you're standing up for yourself, you're standing up for your integrity, and for the things that you feel are important to you. The advice from your inner wisdom, if you're a Pisces for this next month, is the star reversed. And the star upright or reversed, it's a card of hope. But sometimes the star reverse can indicate that there's an imbalance happening. You know, star is a very spiritual card. And for a lot of us who are into tarot or astrology and things like that, we can get spiritual. We can kind of get carried away with it sometimes too, where it's so woo-woo that we start to lose touch with reality. And yet the figure on the star card, she has one foot in the spiritual pond. And also the other leg is on the dry land. I feel like there is a need for balance for you this next month, Pisces. And if you're noticing that a part of your life is becoming lopsided, if you're so isolated, so in your spiritual quest, so in your vision quest, that you're forgetting to pay your bills on time, or you're forgetting to look at something that's just very practical in front of you, it could be a time to get out of those Neptunian, dreamy worlds and to ground yourself. And likewise, you know, if things have gotten too grounded, too serious, too unimaginative, that star reverse can invite you back into that spiritual pool to find the hope within you and to really access that inner wisdom again. And so I just feel like this is a month for you, Pisces, where balance is required and that you're really just allowing yourself to enjoy those good things, but in moderation. And that was this month's Tarotscope for December 2024. I hope you found it useful. If you did find the video useful, please do consider sharing it with a friend. Also, it really helps if you like and subscribe to the channel. It helps it grow. And it also just shows YouTube that you find this content useful in your life. I hope you have a wonderful holiday for those of you who are celebrating for this month of December. And I will see you again here next month for the January Tarotscope, of which I'll probably do something a little bit different just because it is a New Year's reading, not just a new month. I hope you all have a great month, and I will see you again here every week. So do take care.